Hey, we've got three very, very simple ways to understand how to restructure a company or your business to increase their profits. Hey, it's Scott Beebe with Business on Purpose. Excited to be with you on a Monday at the time of this recording. And make sure you might be listening to us on Facebook Live, but you can also head on over to YouTube. We've got all of our content there. Make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so that you know when we update content, which is just about every week. And then, of course, our Business on Purpose podcast. Make sure to subscribe and also rate that if you don't mind as well. Hey, the golden ticket in business is to figure out a way to increase profits without having to necessarily increase revenue. Is it possible? Well, I'm actually going to give you a story. You're going to see a real-life story here in just a minute where it's very true. Speaking to a variety of business owner groups virtually or in person, owners want to know the secret. They'll ask, hey, what's the secret to generating higher profits and yet still selling the same amount of product or service? Well, it's straightforward. The less you spend, the more you keep. The more you generate, the more you can either spend or keep. And you know how it goes. As with most things in life, though, the way you structure your business accounting can provide some powerful efficiencies that can lead to some better outcomes. Now, I'm not talking about fuzzy math or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about doing some very basic things that can really bring a lot of clarity as it's brought a lot of clarity for the people that we work with and for us in our business as well. So I want to walk through three systems that we've embedded into our business workflow. We've helped a lot of other businesses embed this into their workflow to help ensure that we've got healthy profit while also working to pay appropriate taxes, to reserve cash for rainy days, for all of the stuff that you want to be able to do. Maybe even buy a little swag every now and then, right? T-shirts, pens, all that fun kind of stuff. So that we can share that excitement with other people. So the very first thing that we've got to do is we've got to subdivide our bank accounts. You know, this used to be kind of a cool optional thing that we thought about. Now we're to the point where we're like, this has got to be mandatory for everybody. If you're running a business from just one or two bank accounts, then you're in a state of constant temptation to spend money that may not be yours. Just because cash is in your account doesn't mean it's yours. If I pulled up your bank account right now and it said, $200,000 in it, that doesn't mean that that's all yours. In a business, that money's got to be parsed out to different places. Some of that cash is for debt payment, for taxes, payroll, reinvestment, other responsibilities that you have. So if all of your cash is kept in one account bucket, then it looks like it all belongs to you. But subdividing your bank accounts, by the way, we have 9 in our tiny little business, will allow your mind to see where the different dollars need to go. And so call me crazy, but we actually get excited when it's time to pay our taxes. Why? Well, because we know we've done the hard work of setting that money aside all throughout the quarter. So when those quarterly estimates come up, which, by the way, is this week for us, then we feel really good about knowing, hey, we've got the money set aside. In fact, Ashley's already gone ahead and paid our third quarter quarterly estimates, which is really exciting. But it's because we subdivide our bank accounts. The second thing you got to do is to track all the ABCs of your business. The A stands for accounts. The B, it's for bookkeeping, and the C is for customers. Each week on a simple spreadsheet, you should record your balance of accounts. Just go into your online bank account, and if your owner's pay account says $4,572, then just type that on this spreadsheet. And every one of your accounts, you're going to do just like that. And so you record your balance of accounts. You also get to watch the flow of cash in and out of your business and to make sure that each of your accounts is being funded at the level of the budget that you've set for your business. If you haven't set a budget, that's okay. This year, or going into this year, let's do that. Let's set a simple little budget. Make sure that you've got that. The other cool thing that it helps you do, because you might say, well, I can just go into my online bank account and see what cash is in there. This gives you a record in one simple place on the same spreadsheet so that you can go back weeks, months, and years and take a look at what's that flow look like. Also, we want you to track your accounts each week so that your business speaks to you and can tell, your business can tell you if it's thriving or where it's struggling. And each week you should also be tracking on the same spreadsheet your bookkeeping numbers, particularly receivables from your aging report and also any known payables due from your business to other people. All right. So the final thing that we've got to do, that third element, is periodically we need to be calculating the number of days of cash that you've got on hand at any given time. It's a calculation of actual cash, known receivables, payroll and payables that are coming in and out in the next 30 days or so, and a number of working days in a month. So there's this calculation we put together, and we've got a calculator that we've built that allows us to see what that number is in any given time, and it's a very important number. Hey, I thought I'd just share with you a story. This is from Jim Lewis. He's the owner of Vision Stairways and Millwork out of the Atlanta area, and he talks here about how implementing these practices, these very three things that I've talked about, help him to grow his profits. But listen to this. He grew his profits while he actually decreased his revenue. Listen to this.
Hey, my name's Jim Lewis. I'm the owner of Vision Stairways and Millwork and Tango Doors. We've been in business since 2009. We are a manufacturer and an installer of custom stairs, front entry doors, mahogany front doors. We do custom turnings, really selling to custom home builders, and we do some iron products also, like iron that goes inside of a house for stairs, a little bit of iron outside, wrought iron for exterior, and then metal spirals and different stuff like that. And we just started talking, and he started telling me about the business on purpose, and how the biggest thing that caught my attention was have your business work for you, you not working for your business. And for the last 9.5 years, I've been working for the business, period. So what I really enjoyed going through the business on purpose, the categories, and really it starts to get you to think about, wow, if somebody did come in here tomorrow and they said, here's a bag of cash, how would you be able to turn it over? Getting your business processes, making sure you got the right people in the right place, making sure you've set up their job role. Everything from that I've learned from this was the 5 accounts, and the one I love the most is the profit first account. Why are you not getting paid on that? And then setting up everything from, it's kind of like going from the beginning. The part I've really had the most part of the business that's really continued to help us was 2 or 3 things. One was getting our processes put down and in place on one page. Number 2, the 12 weeks of purpose, where you really look at 3 things you try to do in those 12 weeks, so you can really kind of knock stuff off. And the third thing is it created my team to start. Every week we have a manager's meeting, and we actually have a list of all the things we as a team want to accomplish. And every week we come back to it and we check them off. Yep, we finished that, or this is 80% done, and this has got 20% done. So it's helping my whole team see that and how we're improving. The biggest thing is that last year I did 6.2 million in sales. And this year, we ended up the year at 5.5 million in sales. We've done about 600,000-700,000 less in sales, but our profit at the bottom line is up about 7%. So we're actually making more money today doing less than we were doing more. So it's just...
So how about that? We're making more money today doing less than we were doing more. So decrease in total revenue, but an increase in profit. So it's really important we begin to make this a priority. We have put together a great, powerful, and very helpful webinar for you. At the time of this recording, it's going to be on Tuesday, October the 13th at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. If you just go to bopwebinar.com and check that out. If you're listening to this after that date, then still go to bopwebinar.com. We usually keep our latest webinar right there on that URL links to make sure that you've got an opportunity to link up with us at any time. But we're going to be talking about how to build 6 months of working cash here over the next year or two, and we'll do that on that webinar. bopwebinar.com. We'd love to see you there. Hey, thanks as always for joining us. Again, make sure to check us out on YouTube, subscribe to us there, and also the Business on Purpose podcast. Subscribe through where you get your podcast, and we'll see you next time right here on the Business on Purpose podcast.